Imagine waking up to the sound of bombs. Your home is shaking, the sky is on fire, and all you can think about is grabbing your family and running with nowhere to go. This is the terrifying reality for hundreds of thousands of Syrians right now. In just 2 days, Israel launched nearly 500 airstrikes after the sudden collapse of President Assad. The destruction is unimaginable, and the human cost? Even worse. Stay with me as we unpack this heartbreaking crisis and the forces driving it. It all started with the dramatic downfall of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, a moment that could have brought hope for peace. Instead, it unleashed chaos. Within hours, Israeli warplanes were bombing key targets across Syria. Military bases, airports, chemical weapon sites, everything was fair game. But here's the horrifying truth: the destruction didn't stop there. Civilian areas were hit too. Hospitals obliterated, schools reduced to rubble, entire neighborhoods gone in the blink of an eye, families huddling in basements praying they wouldn't be next. One man described it as hell raining from the sky. More than 100,000 people, mothers, fathers, children, are now running for their lives, carrying nothing but heartbreak and the clothes on their backs. They're leaving behind everything: homes, memories, loved ones who didn't survive. This isn't just a military operation, it's a human tragedy. But why is this happening? To understand, we have to look beyond the rubble. Assad's regime was more than just a government, it was a pillar of Iranian influence in the region. When Assad fled to Russia, Israel saw an opening to strike. For years, Israel has warned that Iranian forces in Syria pose a direct threat to its security. With Iran stretched thin by supporting Hamas in Gaza, this was Israel's moment to act. The official reason? To stop weapons from reaching groups like Hezbollah. But when you look at the scale, the sheer devastation, it feels like something more. This isn't just a battle over borders, it's a fight for power in a broken region. A fight where the people of Syria are nothing more than collateral damage. And the question we need to ask is, at what cost? The world is watching, but the reactions are divided, and frankly, infuriating. The United Nations has condemned Israel's actions, calling them a violation of international law and Syrian sovereignty. Arab nations are outraged, accusing Israel of exploiting Syria's vulnerability. But the United States, they're standing firmly with Israel, calling the strikes a necessary act of defense. They've even provided intelligence support for these operations. And Russia? With Assad now under their wing, they're carefully navigating their response, trying to keep their foothold in Syria without sparking a direct conflict with Israel. Meanwhile, as these powerful nations play their geopolitical chess games, Syrian families are being destroyed. Their lives, their futures gone. And the world's outrage? It's doing nothing to stop the bombs. Let's not forget the real victims here, the people. Picture this: a mother holding her child as they run through the rubble of what was once their home, choking on dust and tears. A father digging through the ruins with bare hands, hoping against hope to find his family alive. Over 800,000 people have been forced to flee in the past 2 days. Can you imagine what that feels like? To lose everything, your home, your community, your safety overnight? The trauma is unimaginable. Children, too young to understand why their world is burning, are growing up knowing nothing but fear and loss. And for those who stay behind, there's no escape from the nightmare. Hospitals are overwhelmed, supplies are running out, and winter is closing in. What happens to them now? This isn't just a story about politics or military strategy, this is about people, innocent people, paying the price for a conflict they never asked for. Israel calls this national security, others call it aggression, but whatever you call it, the result is the same. Lives shattered, futures stolen, hope extinguished. The world can't afford to look away. The international community needs to act, before it's too late for the millions of Syrians trapped in this nightmare. What do you think? Is this justified, or is it devastation on a horrifying scale? Let me know in the comments. And if you believe these stories matter, hit that subscribe button, because we can't let the voices of the innocent be drowned out by the sound of bombs. Closing visual cue, fade out with haunting music and a reminder to take action.